unforgettable. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the VIP Lounge. As you guys can tell, when I put on my gray hoodie and I put my cup of tea, it means that it's getting cold on this side of the world. And I'm sure you guys are enjoying summer over there in the US. I hope you guys do make the most of it. So because it is around summertime in America, I wanted to do a fun, interesting video for you guys. Gauge ideas for interabled couples or disabled couples. I wish we had a proper name that doesn't have to use the word disabled in it. Not to say that I hate it or despise it or dislike it. I just feel that the word disabled is a bit intimidating, right? But anyways, for purposes of this video, we're just gonna go with that. So, I know that I'm probably not the best person to be making this video because I myself have never really been on a proper date, right? But I am going to be speaking from the perspective of a person with multiple disabilities and the kind of date that I think would be appropriate and accessible for people with disabilities. Now, I can't represent all people with disabilities because I only have 4 and my personal experiences are different from other people. So I might have the same disabilities as a lot of people, but the way we handle life and experiences is different. So I'm speaking from my point of view. And perhaps giving some people out there some tips or hints for the future if y'all want to date me. Okay, so let's get started. One long intro. So, as somebody with a visual impairment, I'm gonna start with that. I would think that light shows are really helpful because they help stimulate a visually impaired person's brain. When there's lots of light, it's not just compared with the level of visual capacity that person has, but I am somebody that appreciates bright lights and a lot of lights. I don't like to be in dark, crowded places. I just feel it gives me anxiety because having to be visually impaired and also hearing impaired, I feel like it makes it difficult for me to be able to navigate around the spaces that I'll be in. So at least if it's somewhere where I feel secure, I don't have to worry too much about not being able to see and also not being able to fully hear what's happening around me. So light shows are definitely a recommendation. And another date idea I think would work would be a picnic. A picnic is quite simple. You can go to the beach, you can go to a nice garden, you can go to a cute park. You can even have a picnic in your own yard. I think that also works really well. And the type of picnic that I will go for is maybe a park where there's nice benches and tables, or a nice garden or a park where we can decorate a place with mattresses and pillows because it also needs to be comfortable. Unfortunately, I'm not the type of physically disabled. In this case, it's not mobility challenges. So I might be saying the wrong thing, but I'm sure wheelchair users and other mobility aid users will definitely recommend or guide me on that. But I do think that a picnic where we can put a lot of pillows and mattresses will do. It will make things easier and more comfortable for the physically disabled community. And then the third one would be a landscape or dinner or brunch. I think that's a classic. A lot of people like to go out for coffee, breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, and stuff like that. But now, here's the trick. You really need to know the person you're dealing with, whether they have a disability or they don't. Make sure you understand what kind of environment they prefer because I know that there are also many restaurants that tend to be overcrowded, they tend to have a lot of noise, they tend to get rowdy and uncomfortable. And there are many restaurants that don't have accessible bathrooms or ramps or elevators if necessary for those that like to go upstairs to the rooftop, things like that. Also, spacious restaurants are important for the wheelchair users, even just mobility aid users in general, because I know that there are people that use crutches, that use wheelchairs, that use a walking cane, and calipers, if I'm not mistaken. So, you really need to do your research, look at the place, look at the menu, are they accessible in that way? And for those that use service dogs, also do keep that in mind as well. And then another one on number 4. I think this one is not really spoken about a lot. I haven't seen a lot of people do this, but I'm sure that there are people that go for karaoke day or karaoke night. If this now depends on the place, if you're going to a small intimate karaoke night, that will definitely do. I am a singer, so I know that if someone was to take me out for a karaoke night, I would love it. I would appreciate it because I am very musical. Or those small festivals or concerts, intimate concerts and festivals would really do. Generally, I prefer the intimate settings where it's an indoor situation and there's seating area. Yeah, that would be good. I don't like these big stadium concerts. I've never been to one because I actually fear for my safety. I feel like stadium concerts are just really inaccessible because the crowd just gets really wild and I've also heard a lot of crazy stories about stadium concerts. People losing stuff, people getting injured, and things like that. And that really makes me uncomfortable and it gives me anxiety. So I would prefer more like simple acoustic indoor sessions when it comes to concerts. And the next one I want to talk about is I think this one also a lot of people don't really talk about or bring it up, but I think it would work. I am somebody that likes sports. I do appreciate sports, particularly football or soccer. So I wouldn't mind going to watch a live football game. That would probably be cool. I've never done it before, but I would want to try it. Local football, international football, I don't really mind. So yeah, I think going to watch a match would also work, but I think it will be necessary to just do your research and prepare well enough so that you guys are both comfortable, and I will go for the VIP experience. Unfortunately, some of these things we don't get to experience them because they're expensive. And for somebody like myself, who has multiple disabilities, and my main focus here is on the visual and hearing impairments. So if I were to go to a soccer game or a concert, I would have to prioritize getting VIP access because a general ticket will not be for me. The image that people give off in the general section is a little crazy, and I don't think I'll be able to handle that. I think I will really be uncomfortable. So I do think these are some of the things that are worth saving your money for and planning and preparing in advance so that it is an experience for both parties involved. And another one, I think this one would work better with other disabilities. It wouldn't be the best for people with physical disabilities and limitations. But I think going out dancing, like ballroom dancing, and it shouldn't be anything too technical. Something simple just get your body moving, just to understand the rhythm of the music and footwork. The trick now is to find a place where there are people that are good at describing things and explaining things. If it's movement, they're able to tell you what to do because a lot of people are just so used to saying, look at what I'm doing, like this, like that. And for people that are visually impaired, we don't understand that kind of language when you say like this, like that. So it would have to be move your left foot forward or something like that. And it will also help if the partner who does not have a disability to also be able to participate and assist their partner with a disability in describing and explaining. The good thing about it is if you have a good relationship, you can even demonstrate to your partner with a disability using hand gestures on them. You hold their hands and you help them perform the gestures and movements, and that's the very best way to do it. And I feel that you would have done justice in terms of involving them. And then the last one would have to be museums and art shows. Now, I'm not sure if we have a lot of artwork that is done to accommodate people with visual impairments, because in this case, I wouldn't want just any art. I want to be able to experience tactile art. So I'm also appealing to artists, painters, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth, that when you create your art and your work, please do try to make something that is tactile. That will definitely enhance the experience, because it's one thing to have somebody that is describing to you what things look like, but it's even better when you're able to touch and feel those things. It really paints a clear picture for somebody with limited vision or no vision at all. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments what other date ideas do you think would work. Obviously things like fashion shows, I didn't mention them because sometimes fashion shows can be very inaccessible for people with disabilities, or award shows also. So there are a lot of great ideas that I didn't speak about because in my opinion I felt like they are very limited and there's still a lot of work that organizations and corporations need to do in order to improve accessibility, because accessibility does not just apply to people with disabilities, it applies to everyone. Everyone must feel accommodated and feel honored and feel special, because we are the consumers of those products and services at the end of the day. So every person must be deemed a priority, whether they have a disability or they don't. That is my contribution, and we end the video here. I love you guys keeping. I will see you in the next one. Bye.